Welcome to the Shut the Funk Up podcast. I'm the well-fed boy, and as always, I am delighted to be joined by...
Hello, it's Chris.
How are we doing out there? Episode 166 coming at you.
It's a lot.
We got a new phone number.
Oh, nice. Oh, I just saw that.
We got a new phone number. What's it called? Google Voice or whatever it is, whatever it's called. It pretty much kicks you out if you are not using it, or no, actually you just have to keep logging in.
Yeah, you have to respond to the emails.
Yeah.
I had one for the food truck that I never used.
Right, so
Probably 1,000 messages on there.
Yeah, so I got a new number. So the new number is 954-417-5056. So we'll try not to get rid of that one. Hopefully no one...
Nice to have a 954 number too.
Yeah, I thought they wanted to give me a
save it.
305 again. I was like, no. Let's get back to our roots.
I know. I'm trying to save it on my phone. I hate using an iPhone to actually do phone things is such a hassle. I feel like.
What do you mean?
Just to add a contact. You
have to go through 3 different things.
If I go to
it'll be contact, create contact.
Oh, there it is.
And then edit contact. It's like, dude, you know what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, what a pain in the ass.
How many of your contacts
hotline?
How many contacts in your iPhone do you have? Are you an email address putter inner guy for your contacts?
I mean, I'm not my contacts are pretty organized. I'd say
Really.
There's some leftover stuff probably from a million years ago, and I'm like, oh, do I stuff that
a contact?
I could delete, but I don't know. I just don't do it.
Like an actual contact.
Or no, more like school, old school stuff, or my dad's fire station number. I don't know.
But
that's
you
what I
clean
just
up your
noticed.
contacts.
I mean, I don't know. If I have someone's name, I usually have their full name. If their address,
oh, really?
Their address sometimes. If I ever go there, I put their address in.
Oh, dang! I don't do any of that.
My friend Cameron did that. He'd always send here's his whole contact sheet, and then you're like, oh, that's nice because you could just save someone's whole thing, their birthday, their phone number, their address, their spouse's name. Kind of convenient.
I should start doing that, especially even the last names, because I want to so badly clean up my contact list, but it's just a daunting task.
I usually ask people just text me your full name, and then I'll text you my name, and then we'll both have each other's contacts.
And you can send because there's a couple people on my phone where when they call me, there's a picture that shows up.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't have that.
Yeah, you could set you can set on an iPhone your emoji or whatever.
This is how I want you to see me when I call.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not into that.
Maybe I'll start doing that, and it'll just be you won't know, but when I call, it'll just be a picture of a butthole or something. Yeah.
I wonder if you can do that. Probably. Do they have to approve it, or can it be? Is it just a little cartoon, or can you actually do photos?
Have you ever done the Genmoji thing?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, that's when you make a thing of yourself.
Yeah.
I've never done it. Not on the iPhone.
Yeah,
on Nintendo, I did. That's probably the last time.
I did it because when I set this phone up a couple weeks ago, because I was just wanted to I was like, all right, let's learn about everything on this new iPhone.
Oh yeah,
and I went to it, and I didn't use it as my. I don't know. I guess you could probably put it in your keyboard to send to people. I didn't do that. But I like playing around with those AI things, and it was pretty. It was pretty cool.
Does it do it for you? It takes your photo? Because I could never build my own.
No, this one I don't even know if there was a photo option, but this one was just more. No, you just tell it. I put in a bear, a cubby bear with headphones on, eating honey.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
and I just and I was just and then I just let's do it. And I was just give me another one, give me another one.
It's addictive to make AI images. I've done that just on one of the open source ones.
Yeah,
that's funny. But I never tried. Maddie was doing it the other day where I guess it was recommending oh, this looks like you. She's like, does this look like me? And I was like, I don't know, kind of in a cartoon way, I guess.
Oh man, I wish I would have seen that one because I want to see.
It must do that. I'm sure your phone does that.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure it does.
It makes an emoji based off a photo.
The iPhone doesn't have my friend, or you know, Czech, he just got the new Galaxy, and you can like circle things in it, and it'll just like take it out and replace it with something, and you won't even know. Like you can really erase whole people out.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, because I think it's cool technology, but what a weird thing to like. Everybody's pictures are like edited. Then like no one just takes a picture.
I'm with you on all that whole thing. The
like you're
filters...
gonna go around on vacation and just edit out all the background and pretend that you were somewhere that you weren't. Like,
right.
Oh, it was just us on this beach. Like, no, bitch, it was 5,000 people that you circled out.
Are you? So funny.
Like how just like Instagram, perfect life is getting too.
Do you
far,
do?
too
Or have
far.
you ever done the? Well, gosh, you've been with your wife.
I consider
for
myself
a while.
an amateur photographer, so
Okay.
I used to do it. Get New Times would pay me to go do shows and stuff. So I did that for a couple of years.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just to like go shoot events and they give you like $100 or whatever.
That's awesome. So usually when you're going anywhere with the fam somewhere, you got the. Are you the dad with?
I haven't used it. I've really
here?
slowed down on like bringing an actual camera, and I'll just use my stupid phone. But
right.
We're going to Colombia. I did finally buy tickets, so we're going to Colombia.
All right.
And then
when are we going?
In May.
Okay.
Middle of May.
You got the updated.
For like 10 days. Yeah, I'm good. We got everything.
Because as you can see on the show notes.
All right. Well, I'm good. Yeah.
Big Dog went to DMV last week,
yeah.
and it was a whole thing.
I got mine. It's good for 10 years, I think. Your passport, and I got mine. Like
I have my passport
renewed like 3 years
but
ago.
my
your
ID
Yeah, my ID's cool. Still good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, my Aussies, my kids got it, my wife's got it, whatever. But
so May, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna go in May.
Dude, are you worried? I'm going to Philadelphia.
I forget what we were talking about before that.
Next week, I forget either, but I'm already just going. I'm gonna blow past it. I'm going to Philly not this weekend, but next weekend. And what's going on with this plane stuff? I need to chill. These planes need to chill. There
was like another one just today.
I saw that, and I was already
before
this a little worried about it. But I'm
just
like, are we?
Is it a coincidence that just now it's on everybody's mind? Or?
That's what I'm more leaning towards. I'm just like, I'm thinking that like the zeitgeist and the media and the people know that like the aviation thing's on our mind now. So like, they're just like, all right, let's show.
Well, yeah, it's just on. It's worthy news.
Yeah,
current news. Yeah,
I just really I don't want to see it.
No, I know.
I'm like petrified now.
It's always. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm scared of flying, but it's always. I mean, it's always. It's pretty safe, I guess.
I'm a cocktail on the plane guy, though. Honestly, pretty much doesn't matter the time of day.
Yeah, if you're on a plane,
unless it's like 6 in the morning, I'm just probably gonna just still stay like semi.
Air time. There's no.
Yeah, I'm like I'll get on a plane at like 10 a.m. and easily order a cocktail off the rip.
I think,
and I'm asking for 2 bottles.
I think most people are.
I've had family members like, really? I'm just like,
if the bar's open,
when you're here, it's different. Like this isn't. We're not in Pacific time. We're not Central. We're not in at like.
This is just God's land.
This is God's there's
no laws up here.
Yeah, this is the Outback. No rules, just right.
Yeah, man. The last time I flew, was it the last time I went to Colorado, and it was the worst experience because the plane they like canceled they changed the flight like when I was on the plane. So they're like, oh, this plane's not going here anymore. So when you land, just stay on the plane.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, oh, okay, so Southwest, before. And I was like, all right, and then they take me. I was supposed to go from here to Chicago to.
Did they take all of your bags off though?
Denver? No, they left them on the original fucking plane. Come to find out,
right? Yeah.
And then they went from Chicago to Niagara, and I was like, bro, I would have just stayed in Chicago overnight. Like, you're taking me to fucking Canada.
Yeah, give me all.
And then
my
back
options.
over to Colorado. In the same, and I was like, what the fuck? You just put me for 5 extra hours on a flight.
That's crazy.
I was so pissed, and then I had to wait 2 hours to get my bags at the airport.
Yeah, as soon as you said, I was like, "Ooh,
an hour fucking Uber because I missed my ride." And then I lost my sunglasses in the Uber.
Ooh, you had a bad one, dude.
That was my
That's probably the worst part of the whole thing.
That was my least favorite. That's why
probably like some nice pair of Ray-Bans or something.
That's why I hate like any layovers. But I think it wasn't supposed to be a layover. I don't know. Dude, that shit sucked. Southwest, and then you pick your own seats.
I can't stand, bro. I don't know.
I was by myself.
People like that too.
I was meeting my family there, so I was just by myself. But I was like, you can't rely on people to make those decisions.
Oh no.
And then And then when they kept me on the plane, she's like, "Just stay. It's only like we're gonna just a quick flip, and then we're leaving." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Can I move my chair?"
You should be able to now get first dibs.
Right. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm like, can I sit?"
I'm going to
I'm like,
1A,
"Can I sit
dude.
in the emergency lane?"
Or that, yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." So I'm sitting in the emergency lane. I just remember this. And then the plane refills up. We're getting ready to take off. They're saying their stuff again. They're like, "All right, guys, it's a full flight. Everybody pull it in and put your stuff. It's going to be a tight squeeze for everyone. Oh, except for this guy in the emergency row." And I was like,
damn,
motherfucker! Like, I was like, you made me get stuck on this plane, and now you're gonna make fun of me for trying to stretch out after 5 hours.
That was her way of like,
bro. I was like, that's not cool. I was pissed. I wasn't pissed, but I was like, man, she just fucking zinged me hard.
Damn, she did, and she probably thought she was like doing a funny.
Yeah, I was. Oh, it's real funny. That I should have already been in Colorado 8 hours ago.
Yeah,
that shit. So and Southwest had no alcohol at the time.
Well, was there a time where they didn't do that, or was it just that plane?
I think until just recently they brought it back, but it was like COVID until like just recently.
Can you bring? Because remember, can you bring your own alcohol on?
I've heard that you can do that.
My parents, my mom or my sister have totally brought like a little freezer bag.
Yeah,
because
that's
with like 8 like.
Because someone's like, oh, that's why they call them airplane bottles, because you can bring them on the airplane. And I'm like, I thought they call them airplane bottles because that's what they serve you on the airplane.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're called hotel bar bottles, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I first see them, or always see them.
True.
But I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to do it anymore.
I mean, I thought someone said
I've done it before.
2 ounces. I mean, why not?
I mean, it's better than nothing.
I guess you probably could. You could bring on a Subway sandwich if you want. I mean,
yeah, you could just.
You probably couldn't bring like a handle of Captain Morgan and like a jug of punch.
No, no, because you have to go through security and the liquids.
3 ounces or whatever.
But I don't think TSA when you go through the whatchamacallums.
Oh yeah, you could buy it because you'd have to buy it at the duty free and then bring it out.
Do they sell them at the duty free? I don't think they sell the little guys at duty free for that reason. I think you have to smuggle them in.
Oh yeah.
Through.
I mean, as long as they're under the ounces, they should let you bring it on.
I think that's the rule.
Yeah. I don't know. Try it out. I mean, I have some friends that are flight attendants. I'll ask.
I want to know because
my cousin and my buddy Jace are both.
Because I mean, I don't know about you, but I my drinking is a little bit more faster paced, especially like when I'm like 500 feet in the air.
It's nice to get loose,
so
you can deal with this.
That first 2 go down quick for me, and then they don't come back for a while.
What do you think about? Do you put your seat back?
When you get in the plane? Yes, I put my seat back. I'm just a larger fellow. But I do the move. I let them. I don't tell them, or I'm not going to ask you ever. Right. But
pay the ticket.
But I will do it's just basically this move of where, because I'm always aisle, so I will look
just
back,
get aware of your situation.
And while I'm backing up, into my space, so to say, I look back and then I'll look up and give them a glance. Yeah, and I found that
I'm going back.
Yeah, I find that goes over. Like I've never had anyone say anything.
Yeah, I mean instantly.
And I don't care if someone does it to me. Like I hate it. It sucks.
Same. It doesn't even suck. It's the same. But like, when people get pissed, I saw on the internet someone fighting over that shit, and I was like, I'm moving
They wouldn't put the button there if you weren't allowed to freaking do it.
First of all, it goes back 1 inch.
It's really it only makes you up here feel a little bit better about things because it's really doing nothing for the lumbar.
It's such a minimal thing.
Yeah.
And you do yours, bro. Move your seat back.
I've never. I think one time I had someone, but I think it was a little kid, and he just like had his feet up.
Yeah.
And.
If it's a child, I'm not gonna.
That one, I was like, damn, that's kind of.
If they're
annoying.
kicking your seat, their parents should tell them.
Yeah, no, he wasn't kicking. He was just like, he just was like at that perfect length of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right.
My kid does that. It's like, the perfect length right to the back of the seat.
Yeah.
Right into your back. It's funny, but you have to just be nice on a plane, man.
We're all here. We're all in it together here. Like none of this is fun.
Yeah, I wish it would. People are like, oh, I never would fly Spirit. I only fly. I'm like, dude, they all are terrible.
You're right, especially now.
I mean, I haven't been on Virgin, but
I've been on Virgin. I mean, but Virgin was probably like 8 years ago. Virgin's like a club though. Like Virgin does all these like little things.
I don't know, man. They've all gotten me there luckily, and
it's
the same. JetBlue's the same.
Is Virgin still? Are they still?
I think so. Virgin Atlantic. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time it was Southwest. This time we're flying JetBlue, and there's another one.
JetBlue's my favorite.
Yeah, there's another one too. It's like Aviana or something like that. It's, I guess, a Latin one. On the way back. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
JetBlue's my favorite. They're only because JetBlue, in my opinion, their customer service, like their flight attendants, are always super
chill.
Freaking nice. And that's my biggest bugaboo is like when the person like working it is like short or like they're in a bad mood or something. That's when
but we're in a bad mood too because of you.
It's me. It's different than like if your waitress or waiter is in a bad mood. Like then I get it. It's just like, oh, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on the day. But when I'm up there,
have a bad day. But it's like you got to be. It's not an easy job, so you have to do it. Though.
Yeah, like if I'm.
It's easy to get pissed at customers.
Yeah, because if you're not like nice, but JetBlue's always nice.
And I'm not saying the customer is always right because we all know that's not true.
No, God no.
Anywho,
you should be good there. Let's get into this week's ear candy, and yours. You showed me it for the first time back in the day.
This is Shocking Blue.
Yeah, random night talking about
this
Nirvana. I believe.
I think I was bartending when we still had the brewery.
Yeah,
and I played this song, and you're like, "Wait, what is this song?" I remember.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Because I was like, I'm like, it's off. Like Nirvana does a cover of this song on Bleach,
and I was like, "What?"
Bleach.
I was.
And this is the original version, as far as I know, of call it same name, Love Buzz, but the band is Shocking Blue. This whole record is actually really good. Venus.
Would you believe me when I tell you you're the king of my dreams? Please don't deceive me when I hurt you. It just ain't the way it seems. Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my love buzz? Can't you hear my love buzz? I need you like a desert need train. I would rather like to die.
70s, but I don't know.
Early though, right? Early 70s?
Oh, I was thinking like 78 for some reason, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
But yeah, that song's sick.
Yeah, that
whole record is good. That song Venus is probably their most famous song.
Yeah,
because it was on like a ladies' razor commercial.
Did they do anything?
Your Venus.
No.
I don't know. They'd be a good Peacock maybe, or
I don't know if they did
a featurette
else.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have a few records, but I don't know anything about them except for I have that record. I play it all the time.
Yeah, and like Nirvana did such a good cover of it. The best covers are the ones where the artist takes original things from it, but then makes it their own.
It's a hard formula to crack.
Because as much as it's impressive to me when someone can cover a song and sound exactly like the original, it's to me.
Yeah, that's more like a tribute to me.
Yes,
than a cover.
I wish there was another name for it.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't call them covers.
I think a cover is you doing your own version of a song. Based off of it. In the same ballpark, but not
with your
a
sound,
tribute to the song. Like,
right.
Like you're not gonna go and do like a shared tribute show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like
do that. That's for people like that. You know what I mean? Like when they have the fake rock bands.
Because Kurt's version's got that cool like.
Yeah, he changes the lyrics a little bit.
Like he does like those cool like little like quick runs that he does down like just really quickly, which you really don't hear. He doesn't do that a lot of, but they're just really quick. He's just like they're almost like fillers.
Yeah,
I did that the way he does it.
Yeah, I thought it was a Nirvana original song forever because I had never.
So did I.
Yeah, So even more so for you.
Yeah,
but yeah. I think Mikey from Technique Records in Miami gave me this record like 15 years ago, maybe.
Oh my God!
More than that.
If I could,
more than that.
I couldn't tell you how many songs
18 or 20 years ago.
He either recommended.
Yeah.
I bought off of the turntable when he was working.
Oh man, yeah, he would just hand me, oh here, take this King Tubby. You want this King Tubby record? And I'm like, all right. Or you want this Shocking? Oh, he's like Shocking Blue.
Yeah.
Love Buzz, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, hell yeah.
He was the best at that.
Yeah, he got me into the Wipers, is another cool '90s indie rock band.
Wipers are great. Yeah. He got me into the whole entire world of DFA, like LCDs. He showed me Hot Chip.
Yeah.
Because there was
because
it was like back in like the the 2000s, the aughts are the tens, right? Is that what we established?
No, aughts are the OOs.
The aughts are the OOs.
The tens.
Oh, the tens are just the
And
10.
then the 20s.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck that up forever.
Yeah, it's okay.
In the mid aughts, though, he was into that whole like indie electronic
indie
scene because it was
Yeah,
like really big
well,
at that.
It was popular then. Yeah.
And he had because remember when they at the
there was
old
a lot of good local stuff too.
yeah, remember at the old there was the original Radioactive, and then they put the hole in the back, and then you go in the back,
where they
and
moved
then
it
kind of
over,
like stage and like whatever.
Yeah.
Back there, he had like this one small little section, and it was like that genre. And I don't know. I remember he told me
like electro or whatever.
Yeah, it was just like indie electronic bands. And he was like, "Yo," I put this one specifically together. Like, I run this thing.
This is cool about record stores and people like that. I mean, Mikey's a good dude. He's still around.
Yeah, I saw him.
I haven't seen him in a few years.
October or November.
Randomly, like, we'll text each other like a Point Break quote or something. I don't know. And he'd be like, "Oh man, I hope good to hear from you."
Yeah.
You saw him? Did you see him at Connect?
No, I saw him. He had a pop up at a show that I went to down in Miami, and
oh yeah, they had a table at that small press fair, SPF.
What is it?
It's called SPF. It was like in January this year, I think. It was just a few months ago, but we went. We go every year. We used to do beer there sometimes, and we used to make like it's like all small press fair. So it's like screen printing, like
did I go to that one time?
You
when
probably
it was
went over by Laser Wolf.
Yeah,
but now it's at the Mad Arts in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Right by Three Sons.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that place is really cool. That museum is
let me know.
It's really sick. Cool. Yeah, it's once a year, but it's really fun. Technique had a booth there.
Yeah, I saw him. He was just running the whole thing. He was running around. You know how he's just like running around.
Good dude.
Said what's up to
Shout out, Mikey.
Yeah, shout out to Mikey. My song, I'm trying to think. I'm like stalling. I was like, who did I pick? Oh,
you didn't tell me.
I picked a it's an EDM song. It's probably by my favorite like DJ right now, Chris Lake, and he's also there's like a really really big DJ out right now. His name's Fisher, and Australian, and he is like she's like probably like a top like 5 right now, like in bookings. Like he's like blowing up, and not a lot of people know, but Chris Lake makes all of his songs basically.
All right,
and it's kind of been like a bone of contention for me because I kind of am resentful and mad that this guy Fisher is like so big. But it's all like Chris Lake's okay with it. He doesn't even want to. I mean, he's kind of big, but he just doesn't care to like. He's kind of like cool being like the ghost ride in the background.
Right.
So I can't be too mad about it because he signed off on it. But his name's Chris Lake, and he just came out with a new song, and it's called "Ease My Mind."
Ease my mind.
I'm running from you. I'm running from you. I'm running from you. I'm running from you. Where have you gone? Baby, can you ease my mind on the phone? I miss you, but I'll be alright. No control. I'm running, I can feel tonight. Can you shine your light? Where have you gone? Baby, can you ease my mind on the phone? I miss you, but I'll be alright. No control. I'm running, I can feel tonight. Can you shine your light? Can you ease my mind?
Yep.
Alex
Has to get his
That's right up your alley.
house and EDM out on a constant basis. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you go to a show like that, and I don't know.
I don't
why,
go to shows like that.
Yeah, but I don't get why people go to the shows and like, especially if I were the DJ and when everybody's like standing right behind you and shit. You know, you see those like boiler room things.
Yeah, I was just about to say like it's
and
the
I'm like,
boiler room.
They're
so close.
Get away from me, man.
They're so close.
And like half of those guys aren't even really DJing. They're just playing a track. And like I love those videos where they're like, you know, you see the girls just like pushing invisible buttons and like girls and guys. But you know what I mean?
And especially if
There's lots of like good-looking girls that are DJs.
Oh my God! I was watching one today, and it was just sending me because she's she was like an Instagram like butt model for like the longest. I remember
Hilton was the first, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it's and especially when you know those boards, so you know the button, you know the exact button you're pushing. You're just like, dude, that button is not turned on.
You can't. Yeah, they're just turning knobs. You can't just keep turning knobs.
Yeah, it's.
If you are,
honestly, the majority of them, especially you can always, the number one, the biggest giveaway is if they have a screen in the background and some type of graphics that go with the song, because that's like kind of the new thing now. Is like just don't put up like whatever like your logo. They now it's all even more interactive. And if the screen in the background is like doing things when the song and the track is like doing things, they're playing a pre-made track. Yeah, because you can't.
How are you going to trigger that?
Yeah, that's always the big. Like you watch like these big festivals and the people are going crazy because like when the drop happens, the thing like
but they just
the robot does. It's like, dude, that guy has been up there for 45 minutes just going like this, and I'm telling you, he hasn't done a thing. The whole thing's all EQ'd out. Like they're not even doing bass treble. They're not even because that's
the one. There's a famous I think he's a UK guy and he's got long hair, I think, and I've seen a bunch of videos where he doesn't pretend that he's like doing everything, so he'll like break dance on stage. He'll like do handstands.
He owns it.
Yeah, and he'll like do handstands on the table. He's like a real goofball, whatever. But then he'll like mix in some parts.
Right.
I don't know. But to me, it's like I guess you just want to see someone dancing to a song. Like I don't know.
That whole like going to see DJs like that are really such a drug thing now because like I don't even go see those things, and the only time you're just getting fucked up
and you're just dancing.
Yeah, like you can't really be sitting there in those like for a long period of times unless you're getting like shit faced drunk or you're doing like the drug thing or something because
you got to be on drugs. I guess.
It's like that's really a part of the whole thing, and it's like you're cool. I don't know. That's a young person's game in my opinion. Now I could never.
I didn't even like it when I was young though.
Yeah,
we had that. We had access to all that shit. All my friends were like. Worked at all the clubs in one aspect, either doing sound or lights or the door or a bartender friend, and was like, we always would just go. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't want to go. This fucking, whatever. Nothing good for them. I mean, no disrespect to the DJs, but I'm like, I hate this music.
Yeah, that's like your thing, yeah.
But it was like back then, it was like DJ Icy, who I just saw was playing again.
I have no idea who that is.
That's like
he was a guy down here.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think he's pretty famous, but I just saw that he was playing again. Like DJ Baby Ann, that was like another one.
Nope.
There's a bunch of people are fresh. I don't know. I was like, it's just not for me.
Well, that'll transition well into my what did you learn this week? Because what I learned this week was it's in I think it was Poland. I just want to make sure real quick because I have it right here. Belgium, sorry. In Belgium, I guess there's like a really big rave scene there. And the rave scene there is kind of like this industrial like type of rave. So like they're just in like warehouses and like they're not like in clubs like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And because they're in like just these spaces, concrete spaces, what the kids are doing when they go to these, there's like I saw like all these videos and photos, and they all have ironing tables. Like
I saw.
Did you see that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To put their drinks on.
Yeah, they unfold them so they can all like in the middle of like just like the jam packed thing. They got a table to like put their waters and drinks and stuff on. I thought it was.
You would think that there would be something more efficient, but I guess maybe it's just they all think it's funny and they all do it.
I think it's probably like someone did like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one guy did it now. Yeah. It's pretty funny though.
It's pretty funny. I thought that was really interesting and.
Yeah, I did see that somewhere online.
Yeah, it was cool.
Do you know the Techno Viking? You've seen that video?
sounds familiar, but I don't know.
There's a guy where it's like a dude with no shirt, and he's got like a big beard,
yes,
and he's
yes,
like
yes,
dancing
yes.
down the street or something.
Yes,
I think
yeah,
it was
yeah,
in
yeah.
Belgium
I haven't
or
seen
something.
any videos of him in a while.
I saw like
he was from like Europe or something too, wasn't he? Or like Irish.
I want
to
to say it was like Belgium also or
Okay.
Germany or something, but it was another.
He
Like,
was a cool guy.
some
though.
kind of like dance feather. He like broke up some kind of thing, like some
Mhm.
scuffle. If you haven't seen it, they're like it's this
He's,
tall,
like, kinda
shirtless
big
guy
dude.
with like tight jeans on, and it's like a techno festival. We could probably link the YouTube video. There's a remastered one of it. It's funny, but it's probably been 20 years of Techno Viking or something. Like,
Yeah.
but anyway, this guy, so he just goes from like kind of breaking up this scuffle to like a guy hands him a water, he chugs it real quick, and then he just does this like perfectly on time dance, and they all start dancing behind him and like and it's just, it's
that's
so
right.
Remember, he just starts like dancing and like going to the beat, and then people will just start filling in behind him and dancing behind him.
It's Techno Viking.
Techno
I'm gonna
Viking.
see if I
Yeah.
can pick it up now because then this will give me the opportunity to add the video in there too. And
Yeah,
see
dude,
over.
it's such a classic,
So I'm just gonna just look up
classic meme.
Techno
Viking.
Viking.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. We'll put a link.
Yeah,
to it if we can.
because now I forgot
Yeah, it was like
Techno Viking dance.
it's just like it's just a short clip, but it's like
this one. It's this one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just
like
like
a
they're
red
marching with them. It's actually a little
it's
menacing.
sick.
It's like the calm before the storm.
Something I don't know. You gotta,
That's right,
all
Techno Viking.
All right, well, hopefully we can put a link up to that.
Yeah, no,
I
I'll
love
play
video.
that. Hopefully it just played now. Cause,
All this techno
yeah.
talk. I'm thinking about Techno Viking.
Chris, what did you learn this week?
So I was thinking about. I remember this. Someone was talking about Ford Explorers, and I was like, "Oh man, one of my friends, she had a Ford Explorer in high school, and that thing had like 300,000 miles on it, right? I mean, there's some. We're talking about like how I had to get a new refrigerator after 9 years.
I had a
like,
Ford Explorer. With,
yeah, like they don't
it
make
was an
shit
old
like they
FP&L
used to.
truck.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah,
It was an old
so
FP&L truck.
I was just thinking about it, and I was like, man, I remember something about like there was a tire thing. So I remember when it was in the 90s, I think it was like 1998 or something. It was Ford came with Firestone tires, and especially
There was like a partnership or something. They had?
yeah, like
Okay.
so with the dealer they would
Okay.
come with so
like Firestone
a
was real big.
contract.
That was like the top one back in the day.
So Ford Explorer, Ford Ranger, and some others would get these Firestone tires, and then they started having all these accidents. These tires were like the treads were coming apart.
Like just exploding off of them. Like
Yeah, but it
after-
was so many cars it was like millions of tires that you had to recall because it was like I think for a few years they were giving these tires with these trucks
and it was
and changing them with and whatever. It
making
ended up,
just really cheap tires or something.
it was a defect.
So
But I remember people like joking about it, like, oh, must have been Firestones. Like anytime there's like a car accident, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, Ford
Right.
Explorer, but it was Firestone. I remember my dad like saying that to me, and I'm like, I don't know whatever the fuck that means. And it was it was in the 90s. State Farm, I guess, were the ones that first figured it out. I guess started getting reports.
Of course, there's insurance. There's so many claims,
and it led to an investigation. They recalled 6.5 million tires.
Holy, that's a lot.
Yeah, and that's
so many.
That's just Firestone, and then Ford also recalled 13 million tires.
Wow.
So 13 and 6, 19 point, almost
Like
20 million.
mil.
Yeah. So it said the recall was linked to hundreds of deaths and injuries. The scandal damaged the relationship between Ford and Firestone. The recall led to a what's it called? The Transportation Recall Enhancement Accountability and Documentation Act. TREAD, TREAD.
Oh.
So I guess that was like a safety thing that came out of it. And then, it was just saying the defect occurred when the rubber tread separated from the steel belt in hot climates and at high speeds.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, it must have just been like on a road trip down Orlando.
But there's so many. It's such a popular car in the 90s.
It was. That's
the
right.
Explorer was like the one.
I don't. Was there a? Did it say a date? What? Because
It was like 2000.
I don't remember that.
2008, I think.
Oh, okay.
2000.
2000.
1998.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't remember that.
So late 90. Yeah, I was just out of high school, I guess.
20 million tires is kind of crazy, though.
It seems like a lot.
It seems like a lot, even if it's like...
How many? Yeah.
And
5 million cars worth?
Right? That's what I was trying to, like, just roughly, I was like, that's a few mil.
I'm surprised I did that math. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot, but fucking A, if people are flipping their trucks because of your tires.
Yeah, right?
You got to take the loss.
That's crazy.
I'm sure they got bailed out somewhere by us. Taxpayers.
Yeah. You had a follow-up, or, well, I guess... Well,
yeah, kind of something I was just thinking of. Yeah, this I mentioned it. I think on the first,
a few episodes
first or
back.
second podcast that when I started, and it's about this guy named Ricky Powell, who's was friends with the Beastie Boys, and I learned about him. I think I told the story last time. Like I went to this show called All Tomorrow's Parties. ATP.
All Tomorrow's Parties?
Yeah, ATP it goes by, but it stands for All Tomorrow's Parties. There's a series of them. I think they still do it, maybe. The one I went to was, I don't even remember the year, 2015, maybe. Had to be before that, actually. So, I don't know. 2010s, and...
You mean the aughts?
Yeah, no, the 10s. The aughts is the earlier one. Anyway, it was this 3-day music festival at this giant country club called Kutsher's Country Club. It was like an old Jewish retreat.
Do you remember where it was at?
It's in upstate New York.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, up in Monticello, New York.
Got nothing.
It's beautiful. It's really cool. It's like mountains. Like this, it looks nothing. I've only
that's
gone
where
to
the
the
Adirondacks
city, really.
and stuff are up there.
The Catskills.
Or the Catskills? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my friend lives up there, and I've hiked up there.
Yeah, I want to see it. Yeah, it was awesome, man. Anyway, so it was like this 3-day thing, and every room had different bands, and it was awesome. The list of bands, if I could find the link for it, I have a bunch of photos too. But I mean, unbelievable.
If you have,
I do.
send me those, and while you're talking about all,
okay, yeah.
we'll
I mean, yeah, Iggy Pop.
I want to see. Yeah, I would love to see that stuff.
I have pictures of Iggy.
That's so cool.
The Breeders, Sonic Youth.
Yeah, if you find those, send me those.
I think Jizza was there, and I didn't see him. I saw somebody else.
ATP, huh?
The Black Angels. It was insane. Lots of cool shit. Tortoise. I don't even know that band. Tortoise.
Did you go multiple years, or was it one
the only time? I just went.
But it was a thing that happened.
I think they still do it. Honestly,
Okay.
They do it in Iceland. They do it in New York, and I think they do it maybe California, West Coast, and then maybe Germany also.
Gotcha.
It bounces around. London, they do it for sure.
Okay.
Anyway, so it was a really fun time, and you go see a band, then you go walk across see another band. There's constantly stuff so many, and all different kinds of shit, and it's curated by. This one was curated by Jim Jarmusch, who's a famous director.
How do I know that?
He's a director.
Oh, okay.
And filmmaker.
Okay.
And I think he did.
I'm about to say, as you
Coffee
talk,
and
I'm gonna look.
Cigarettes. Is that him?
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking about it.
So he curated it, and so he picks all the bands basically, and all the art and all the stuff like that. And so I'm walking around, and he's standing in line with Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth.
Whoa!
It's in the same little bar in the hotel that I'm getting a drink from.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Just hey guys.
Yeah, that would be intimidating.
Yeah, it was super cool, but everybody was really, it was a good crowd. So anyway, I'm I remember doing that and seeing those guys, and I'm that's cool. And then grabbing a drink, and I just saw this projector. It's getting set up. I was man, I just want to sit down and have a drink and catch some AC. I've been listening to music all day.
The Dead Don't Die.
That's a recent one.
That's a recent one.
Yeah, with Bill Murray.
And then there's
Scarlett Johansson.
Broken Flowers, Dead Man, Down by Law, Mystery Train. I don't know.
Dude,
Stranger Than Paradise.
Down by Law is that.
Which one's that one?
The one with the Vatos one, right? Blood In, Blood Out.
I know it's got Tom Waits in it though.
No, that must be a different movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, he's a famous guy.
I don't know a lot of these, but yeah, Bill Murray's Broken Flowers.
Yeah. Did he do Coffee and Cigarettes, or is that somebody else?
That one's not. I mean, I just did give me
that might not be him.
Just a quick, top, of what he's done. Stranger Than Paradise, Down by Law.
Who else is in Down by Law? Does it say?
Down by Law is Tom Waits, John Lurie, and Roberto Benigni.
I think I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of two different movies, but anyway, yeah. So each year, I think they have different curators. and he just happened to be the one that year. And so I go to sit down and see this guy doing these slides. I think I might have told this story already, but anyway, this guy Ricky Powell introduced himself like a real wisecracker, smart ass, like, hey, give me another tequila over there, sweet tits, like to the bartender, like in a very condescending but somehow charming way at the same time.
Right.
Like everybody was laughing.
You can get away with it.
Yeah, he got away with it somehow. Even the bartender was like, thought it was funny and playing along, whatever.
It's a different time.
Yeah, so I just sat there and watched this dude, and he was telling all these stories, like, oh, I'm a photographer. He's like, oh, I'm the fourth BC boy. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, right? And then he just starts showing all these, like, slides that he's a photographer. And I was trying to look for some of the pictures that I remember him showing, and I can't even find them. So I think he was literally showing stuff that he just had. It was literally in a shoebox, and it was glass slides like you would get, like, I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
When we were little, we would have, like a family photos, and you put them on slides, and you put it on the projector. So circular. I think I sent you the picture. There's that picture of Cindy Crawford. I told you that story.
Yeah.
Where he's like, she just came out of the bathroom and he snapped a shot of her.
It just took a shit.
That's there, yeah. That's where she just
right?
took a shit.
Was that
yeah,
right? Didn't she?
Yeah, she was like embarrassed that she like was, And then there's a picture of. I'll get into the other stuff, but because I remember him showing me a picture of Chris Rock, super young, like right when Chris Rock started out. And someone else in a theater, like in a comedy club theater, and it was like a picture of just them, like in black and white. And I can't remember who the other person was, but I couldn't find that photo. I remember him showing a photo of like Run DMC standing by like a jet that they had just bought or something. It was like their first so like a tour on it was like a private, it was like a Pan Am jet, like
right.
And
Pan Am, that's hilarious.
I couldn't find that photo, so I'm thinking he like showed us some legit like real, just random shit. So I kind of forgot about this guy, and then it popped up. A photographer friend of mine knew his name, and he's like, "Oh, he has a book." So he turned me on to his book. Oh. I don't know if I ever got.
Did you get
the
it
book,
or check it out?
I'll have to look it up.
Probably pretty good. Maybe that's where all a bunch of those photos are in there.
Oh, maybe.
It's probably like a photo.
I know. Yeah, I just remember now that he had a book.
When did it come out? Like was this like a while back?
I don't know. I'm trying to see if I wrote. Oh yeah, I did write down his books. So his books were. Rap Photography of Ricky Powell, 1998. And then he's got a couple other ones. He's got like 2 or 3 other books. So basically what I thought was cool about it is this guy he decided he wants to be a photographer. He was working in New York City at like a lemon ice, like a frozen ice stand, whatever. And he was just doing like photography for fun. Ended up getting, I think there's a photo I gave you of Jean-Paul Basquiat and or Jean-Michel Basquiat and Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
So that's like one of his first photos that he took. Yeah. So like, and I guess he got into some like magazines and stuff for that. Just like a candid, like street, it's like street photographer.
Oh yeah.
So it's like all candid, very chill stuff, and he was into hip hop and graffiti and punk rock and stuff like that, and he also did some like documentary stuff that got into like different magazines like New York Times and all that shit. All these big like in his further career, But early on when he's got that Basquiat photo and like people are just he's a character like I was saying. So people I think just kind of like want to hang out with him or let him hang out or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he goes on in '86 on tour with BC Boys and Run DMC during the Raising Hell tour. Which, I mean, that was like when Run DMC was like super,
Yeah.
And BC Boys were just getting, Fight for Your Right to Party.
Well, the Rick Rubin connection was there.
Yeah, I mean, but they were just huge right then.
Yeah,
so him, so he basically went on tour with them as the photographer.
Sick.
So he's like, they call me. He's like, I was considered the 4th BC Boy, and he toured as Def Jam Records, like in-house photographer.
Wow.
So he's full access to what
Damn.
He's like their homie.
We gotta check this book.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check.
I don't
this
have
book
it.
out
I
now.
don't think. Yeah, because I wouldn't remember.
I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna grab these books because I'm into that stuff.
Yeah. So they do that whole tour. They do another tour. He went to on Check Your Head tour, which is like the next album.
That's my favorite.
And then that was '92, and then '94 on the Lollapalooza tour. Ricky was with them all.
Yeah.
He had a host of a public access TV show called Rappin' with the Rickster from the '90s to 1990.
I bet that was so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I didn't even look it up.
Just especially his view saying like he's got like that, he
yeah, he's a real
so it's
smart
probably,
ass. He's like in New York.
It's probably
smart,
super entertaining.
Yeah, so 1990 to 1996, and he some of the people interviewed: Russell Simmons, Dougie Fresh, Harold Hunter. If you know him, he's a skateboarder.
I don't know that one.
Harold Hunter was in Kids. You see the movie Kids?
Yes.
He's the skater dude, the black skater kid.
Oh, really?
Like the kind of like, you know, smart ass. He's like Casper's buddy.
Yep.
He's a famous skater, Harold Hunter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Skater, and I don't know if he did art, but and he got, you know, famous and started acting because of that Kids movie and all that. Cool Keith, Rozelle, Lawrence Fishburne, Cypress Hill. When I think that's more. So that's just some that were on the show. There's a cameo in, I think I sent you a screen clip of it. He was in the Fight for Your Right party video. A very young Ricky Powell is.
That video was just like their buddy's place.
Yeah, he's like,
and just like all of their buddies.
It's like him.
I saw the documentary. Just like that was my buddy, like Nick's apartment, and he was the only one that he just had nothing in his apartment. Yeah, he goes and we just invited all of our friends over and grabbed beer.
Yeah, probably.
And
because it looks like in the video, Ricky's reading a popular science magazine. I think there's like a girl sitting next to him or something. It's a real quick thing. And he's really young. He looks different than what I know him as, but I thought that was pretty funny. And then Paul's Boutique, the record Paul's Boutique.
Tell me he shot that.
No, but there's a song called Car Thief, which is a lot of the songs are kind of abstract and that. But I think I put the thing, maybe put the song on the playlist, or we could do it. But there's a lyric and it says, "Homeboy, throw in the towel. Your girl got dicked by Ricky Powell."
Oh yeah, that's why you said that.
And I always that, you know, that's like a famous line from them. That's something, I don't know, but you never really think about what it means. But I was like,
they were just such goofballs. Like
yeah, but they're like, yeah, because he was just partying with them, and it's like, yeah, homeboy, throw in the towel. Your girl got dicked by Ricky Powell.
Just to rip on Rick, the Rickster.
Do you know, like in Paul's Boutique, the beginning where it's like, the best in men's clothing, Paul's Boutique. Call Paul's Boutique. Yeah, like that sample. I love that sample. Ask for Janice.
Yeah,
I was saying that to my wife, and she's like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "Paul's Boutique." I'm like, "The best in men's clothing. Ask for Janice." She's like, "What?"
I think there's like, isn't it like over like 200 samples on that thing or something crazy?
Yeah, I saw something about all the list of it was crazy. So yeah, his first book is called The Rap Photography of Ricky Powell, 10-year retrospective of rap and hip hop. So yeah, that's probably the one you want. Yeah. And then Frozade Moments, classic street photography. Frozade. That's where the place he worked was the Frozade.
Was that what the name of the...
Yeah, book of postcards, candid snapshots of celebrities. I sent you like a couple different photos of his, and so kind of if you're watching this on YouTube, you can get an idea of his style, his photography and stuff. Yeah. So unfortunately, he died February 1st, 2021.
Of what do we know?
It said confirmed his death from heart failure. 59 years old. 5'9". Damn. Heart failure. So that could be anything, really. Yeah. Your heart doesn't work. I don't know.
Probably one. Some tells me.
It seemed like he was a party kind of guy. Yeah, but I don't know. Who knows? Hard. You never know. All right. But sometimes crazy people.
Shout out Ricky Powell.
Yeah, I just thought he's a really interesting guy. Cool. His photography is cool. I mean,
yeah, if you can find any of the old ones from ATP.
I have a Flickr account with a whole thing of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I have a bunch of and I have a bunch of photos, and I put the name of all the bands on the bottom. So
the kid is he likes to keep his things semi-organized. He likes his iPhone organized, like his contacts organized, and he likes his.
I'm not totally organized, but I try.
You're like, I don't have OCD, but there's a touch of it.
I mean, yeah, it just makes me feel better when it's organized. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Just do it, because I love to put things off. That's why.
Before we get into the Peacock, though, this week we've got some AI and music news out of the UK.
I keep forgetting to do that AI playlist.
I did it this last week. I don't know if I joined a gym now just for like this site. They have cycling classes there, because I can't stand in the mirror and pump weights and like do that whole thing and throw things around, and I need like activities.
Yes, cardio.
Yeah. So cycling I can do. I like cycling, and in cycling they play the music really fucking loud. So like the music is half the reason why I'm like, all right, this is cool. But after I was fucking sore as fuck, and because I just started doing it, so I'm just like totally out of shape.
Yeah.
I'm a bath guy. I got bath bombs. I'm a bath guy, and
You must have a big bathtub.
I do not.
I hate that shit.
There's the only bathtubs that fit me are the ones in Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I want to. One day I'll have a big one.
Yeah, and I made the bath. I drew a bath, as they say, through not one but two. You know, I Hiroshima and Nagasaki that bitch, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play some music because I always play music when I'm taking showers, even though I'm in and out of there. And
I do sometimes.
I prompted it. I was like, oh, you know, I prompted it, and I said, and Spotify nailed it. I said, give me a playlist of underground reggae, pre 1980s. So just like all the 70s and stuff before, and it just shot out all this great, you know, old school reggae that isn't, you know, Three Little Birds and all of that.
That's why my wife is like, when we first started dating, like she's into all kinds of music, but she's like, when you said you like reggae, she's like, I was like, oh man, said she was so like worried because she knew reggae as like Bob Marley or like, you know, hey, don't worry, be a red
UB40,
like,
yeah.
And she's like, nothing, that's all well and good, but she's like, you're like that, you're into that, like and then I was like, no, I like this, like the dub shit from the
roots.
60s and 70s,
yeah, root stuff.
Not really 60s, but
it nailed it, and
yeah.
I actually saved it out because I usually don't ever like I'll just use it and abuse the AI playlist, but I
added a Tenor Saw song to the Ear Candy also.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of that era, right? King Tubby Rockers era, right?
But yeah, I used it last week. It's good. It was all you did.
Even Peter Tosh like was in that early stuff.
I loved it. Yeah.
Because he went, you know, the Marley way too, but he also was big in that 70s.
He was like almost as big.
Yeah, in a different type of I mean, different music, but I mean, it's the same music, but
Spotify
Step
totally
in
nailed
Razor,
it.
that song is awesome.
That's that album that when he's like that that cover when he's just like in the middle of like this weed infested hill, he's just like crouched down. I remember buying that. I have the record. I remember buying it and having to hide it.
Oh yeah,
from my parents. In high school.
There's a photo of that
because it's just fucking. I think he's smoking in the field.
Yeah. It's like him because it's just him. I think in the album.
Yeah.
But I've seen a photo of him and another reggae guy like off, just like another like shot from that day.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool where they're both like chilling and smoking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still haven't watched that movie Rockers yet, right?
No, I still haven't.
Yeah.
It's there. I have it.
If you're in that mindset, you're gonna love that.
You know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should because I did. Well, that's part of the Peacock. I'll get into it, but whatever. I digress. Back to UK AI real quick.
My bad.
UK is they're passing a law right now, which I never thought to think about it, and thousands of UK artists have like Damon Albarn, like honestly just crazy. When I was going through the list, it was like Kate Bush, Damon Albarn, The Clash, just the Oasis, anyone who's like pretty much been anybody are all joined this class action lawsuit because the UK is passing a law where these AI companies are allowed to take all of this copyrighted music for them to learn.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah.
I saw something with some other type of data, but like the same idea.
Yeah, and it was very interesting because I never thought about that with AI before, and I'm obviously I'm siding with the artist because what is a copyright? Why do we copyright anything if this is going to be allowed to be used?
It's scary. Yeah,
and they're basically just like it's just because these billion-dollar AI companies, the UK just wants to placate and just like
it's
to
that,
them.
Yeah, I mean, like even in our lifetimes, I think it's going to be an issue where you're going to hear something and not or see something. I mean, it's the AI.
It's already
the visuals are already so good that if you're not questioning it, it's like you have to question everything almost. I saw something the other day. I was like, holy shit! I thought it got me for a second. It was like Elon saying something. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's at this point now. But it was like fake, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, well,
it almost got me.
And I think it'll turn into
in music. It's easier to trick you.
Honestly, what made me think about it, and you're gonna laugh at it, but last weekend or so, I saw James Cameron is said that in the next Avatar movie that's coming out in 10 years or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
In the beginning of it, there's going to be
No
a
rush.
disclaimer. Yeah, there's going to be a disclaimer that says, "Hey, none of this shit no AI was used, no generative AI was used in any of this."
Oh, but it's all CGI though. But
right.
they use motion capture.
Yeah, but that's and oh shoot, I'm trying to still don't know how to use my phone. And then it got me thinking. I think that's how it's gonna be. I think with music, I think they're gonna. It'll take a while. It's not gonna happen immediately, but I think it's just gonna get to a point where people are going to want to know that there was no AI used in this, and they're going to.
Yeah.
At least I know I will, but I think the majority of people are gonna just not in the beginning. I think in the beginning everyone's gonna be like not caring what it was. But I think there's gonna have to be like some type of disclaimer letting you know.
I think you're being generous, assuming that they're going to put a disclaimer. I think they would only do it just to maybe get extra points, but I don't think it'll. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be so easy to trick somebody with AI music. Is much easier than a visual and a video or a photo, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're not. I mean, you're just.
Yeah, because. Well,
it's just something.
I think it's easier. To do it in an audio man. It's
easier to make and it's easier to fool you which is real and which is not because like it sounds they can make it sound literally exactly the same.
Right. Yeah. You can just like, hey, give me a melody, give me a Led Zeppelin melody.
Yeah.
The way you're using.
And the lyrics can be fucking literally anything. I mean.
The lyric. Yeah. Yeah, so
I mean, there's plenty of nonsense lyrics.
I probably am being generous, but I think there'll be like a coalition of genuine artists that they pride themselves in that you will have to be like, all right.
I think the AI companies are going to do it anyway, and they're going to be like, oh,
well,
sorry,
it's all about money.
But then it's already done, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
It's like you can't be like stop it, take it back. You can't.
Well, remember what I said?
That's how they do it.
I think I said it last episode. Remember. I as a producer, you're the artist, and before you come over to the studio, I as a producer can be making the song, and then go to the AI and be like, hey, give me a melody in A, and use this technique, this plugin, and make it 16 bars, and then change it an octave lower, like whatever, and then it shoots out to me, and then I have it, and then I just re-record it myself using my MIDI or my guitar or whatever, and then you come over. You would need that's the loophole. That's what they're doing now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to getting paid and rights and stuff like that, it's tough. But I'm just thinking of as a morality issue of like sending out fake computer music to people.
I know,
it's crazy.
But the whole thing was very interesting to me because, like I said, I never thought about because what is that line for AI of they're using these things that are copyrighted, they are trademarked. And the reasons for those things are to protect them. These things from what they're you're using all of this stuff that has already been made and copyrighted for your
is
financial
it illegal
benefit.
For them just to like play records and
right.
let your computer listen to it?
That's why it was interesting. I was like, I can see the artist. I'm obviously gonna take their side, but also
like don't make
how
it easy
illegal
on them,
is it?
I guess. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. How what they're doing?
It. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're taking.
I don't feel like there's any way you could stop it, and I honestly don't think that it. Why is it illegal to use to learn? Like you go read every book in the library.
I think you can be like, hey, you're not allowed to use my catalog and directly grab it from Sony, but if that song's on YouTube,
right? Then
fucking that's public domain.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, on the artist side, it sucks if their shit gets ripped off, but it's not really. They're not directly ripping it off.
They're not. That's right. That's why it's like.
It's iffy.
It's going to be hard.
I would say hold on to as much rights as you can as the song owner. That's would be my go-to answer.
Yeah.
It's like don't give away any of your rights. It's your song.
Right. Yeah.
Don't voluntarily give them your catalog. I would agree with that.
And a lot of them do.
But is it illegal? I don't know.
No. I don't think it is. I'm interested.
It's unfortunate, that just this capitalist society that we live in, even in the UK. I mean, people just want fucking money, so.
That's what the whole article said too. It was just like,
or you want AI to learn, I guess. I mean, AI could be good.
It was from the artist's perspective because that's the article that I'm reading. But
is AI going to be good for us in any way, or is it only going to be negative?
The artists were basically saying that the UK would have no, because they're reversing the law is what they're doing. Because right now they're protected, but they're reversing it, and there's like they're just doing it because they're in the pockets of because these AI companies now they are the big companies. These are the.
Are they gonna pay Sony to give them that catalog? Or?
Right. So that's the see. I didn't even think about that. That's a very perfectly good question to ask. Of are you guys going to do like a settle? You do like a collective bargaining thing?
What's Sony getting out of it? Because I know.
Yeah, because there's no way that this law is being happening, and like
Something
UMG and Sony
for sure,
and Warner Brothers aren't all totally involved in it. Yeah. So
crazy.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah,
but it was over 1,000 UK artists, and I read like 20 of them, and it was legit. I was like, oh wow, these are big. no pun intended.
Yeah,
big wigs
I mean, but like I said, don't give up your shit. So I don't blame them. Don't volunteer it. What do you guys think? 954-417-5056.
Yeah, let us.
We got to come up with a new name for the.
We do.
I'll think of one.
Yeah, think of one. We do. All right, let's get into this week's Peacock. I got around. It's new. It's on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. And I watched the new documentary directed by Questlove on Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay, I saw it on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Sly Lives. It was really good. It was really cool. It really talked about it was kind of good because if anyone knows his story, it's tragic. It's just drug ridden, and they only had like a 5-year window, honestly, of making music. But he was and it was cool because Questlove really only focused on that. Like he didn't do. I mean, he did. He talked about but he didn't do the whole sweeping this guy's life is this shit now. Because you watch those music documentaries and they not that they don't get old, just that's just the narrative always. They always get the point where it's like, and this is the downfall, and it's all you're always like, here we go. Yeah. Even though I guess it's important to the story. Yeah. Questlove did a really good job of not hammering it home. It was really talking about the black genius of Sly and focusing on that. And it was really cool. It was just about the music. Didn't do a lot of personal love things, babies or anything like that. So this week's Peacock music is Sly and the Family Stone, 1966 to it says 1983, but I mean let's be real, it was like 71. Psych, soul, funk, kind of did all the genres there. Born in Dallas, Texas, but they quickly moved to Vallejo, California. He was in some early on bands. Him and his brother. His brother was just as good musically as him. He was an older brother, Freddie, and they were in a couple bands here and there and throughout high school. But after high school, he moved to the Bay Area, Oakland and San Fran and stuff, and became a disc jockey there. And he quickly became one of the most popular DJs there. It was cool in the documentary. They had a ton of his old recordings from lives, and he painted stories. It wasn't just hey, here's this next song. He was really creative and because the Vietnam War was happening, so he would create these funny not funny but cool intricate creative scenarios of over the setups of over there of just the planes are coming in, and then fading in the songs, and just had a really storytelling part about him that was really cool that they showed. But on this radio station, because it was a black radio station, he was the only disc jockey that played everything. He played Beatles, he would play the white people stuff. Yeah. Okay. During that time when he was doing the radio stuff, he went over to Autumn Records and started being a producer over there for him, essentially. And he met this guy, David Frolick. And David Frolick was this crazy, just music mastermind for Autumn Records. And him and Sly linked up, and Sly just was like a sponge, and he basically said within 6 months there, he's like, I learned 6 years of musical theory, and he goes, and by the end of the 6 months, David Frolic actually told him, he's like, yo, you need to move on. You need to go start your own band.
Yeah.
Like you got this.
Yeah.
You're good at this.
Cool.
So that being said, he kind of had a little side band go on. And his brother Freddie had a band, so he went to his brother and was like, hey, let's start a band. You grab the best people in your band, I'll grab the best people in my band, and we'll start a band. And so that's where the Family Stone started. It's Sly is on organ. He actually was on guitar, but his brother only knew how to play the guitar, and Sly knew how to play the piano. And at that point, the organ was kind of like being a really big deal in rock music. So Sly again taught himself how to play the organ in like a month and a half or something crazy. So he went to organ. Freddie played the guitar. Gregorico was on drums. Larry Graham was the bassist, who went on to have a huge career, and then grabbed a bunch of gospel singers from like their local church. He, as many of those early black artists, he grew up in the church scene.
Yeah.
But it was the very first all-inclusive band. There was never a band that had black and whites in it, and women and men in it.
Oh, okay.
This was the very first rock band
Yeah.
that had both. Some of them had, men and women, but they would be white.
Right.
So this was the first that was like all inclusive.
Right. Yeah, cool.
And really ahead of its time. Got a lot of flack for that. Got a lot of
Yeah.
good things about it, but then got a lot of flack from like the Black Panthers and stuff. The Black Panthers were always, because it was such a politicized time, were always trying to get him to get rid of the white people in the band. But 1969 debut album came out, A Whole New Thing. Did not hit. Did not have success. I think it kind of was a little too much for people. Didn't really have a single. And Clive Davis, young Clive Davis, went to him and said, "You have to make a single.
Yeah.
You have to make a hit. Like you can't. You're doing too much psychedelic stuff. You're trying to do funk. You
Just
gotta
like playing, yeah.
yeah. So
Too jazzy.
exactly, because he was just so multi-interested, he could do anything. So he goes in the studio, comes out with Dance to the Music, boom, hits it big time with that. The song hit it big. Album again did not. The second album did not. But then in 1969, and as you can see, it's pretty much an album a year, because he pretty much has an album a year. So it was on his third album there in 1969 with Stand, and that is the first one where the album hits it big. You got singles like Everyday People, Sing a Simple Song, I Want to Take You Higher. All of those
Yeah,
are
they got a ton of hits.
yeah, a ton of hits on that one. So that one really makes it, and that album secured them a set at Woodstock that year, because they were a very late edition. And so after that album came out, it was really big because it crossed over to the white rock audiences, because back then you were only listening to the Stones and the Beatles and your David Bowies that were just I don't know, I just did all British bands there, but whatever. But why those white audiences, they took to Sly and the Family Stone, and then also it weirdly showed a lot, and it was really important to show all of these black artists, hey, you don't have, because at that point they all were like Motown artists. You had to dress like this, you had to sing like this, you had to sound like this, And Sly, when he and his band, when they came out, he didn't dress like that. He didn't sound like that.
Shit.
Yeah, he did all of his own things.
Yeah, that band is pretty, I think, well received even today. Like with every kind of generation of people.
Yeah, just like hugely, hugely important to the trajectory. I think there was a quote on the documentary where I want to say it was Berry Gordy, but whatever. It was someone big, and they said there was black music before Sly, and then there was black music after Sly. And because it really was at that point in time in 1969, like he really
for it,
just changed it, what it was like to be able to make black music going forward. So this is when he started getting into the coke and PCP, like heavily. He was He's famous for having the little mini violin bag full of just everything. He missed crazy. He just would miss shows. That was honestly his biggest deal. Like the drug. I mean, it was because of drugs, but he would just either not go to. He would just miss shows, not show up. Not he'd show up, or just not want to do it.
Yeah, you can't do that too long.
Yeah,
you can't do that too many times.
And so eventually, the band members started kind of leaving because they didn't, they didn't want to put up with it.
He wants to get booed every day.
Right. But even despite all of the craziness that was going on with his drug use and some of the band members leaving, he still was putting out hits like "Thank You," "Everybody Is a Star." All of them, were still charting. But his drummer finally left. He had this really incredible drummer, Greg Arico, white boy, and Greg had enough. He finally left. They got into it on tour. It was a little messy. In the documentary, they actually didn't really go into it, but when I did the research after, because when he started getting into the coke and PCP, he started bringing on guys from the streets to be around him, bodyguards and friends.
PCP's a wild choice.
Yeah. And so we had all these gangsters around him, guys from the streets that whatever. And what I read was the drummer got his ass beat basically.
Yeah.
He he went up the slide and told him how he was feeling about things, and the boys didn't feel
the
like
crackheads got him.
Yeah, and so so he was like, I'm fucking out of here. So
the ice heads.
Yeah, and so he left. But it was a weird thing because the drummer left, it was right at the same time when the first drum machine came out, the Lynn drum machine. So he started messing with that because he was like, fuck it, I don't have a drummer, but I'll use this for now. And he made Family Affair in 1971, and that went straight. That was his only actual number one hit. And it was the very first, they say, it was the very first major record that used a drum machine.
Well, yeah.
Before then, other people used it, but this was
song.
an actual major record that hit number one that used drum machine. No one else did that. He was the first. He was a guy that did a lot of first. He just
they did
super important.
So he kind of went more towards funk later then, right?
Yeah,
the early stuff seems more.
It's very
rocky,
psychedelic. Yeah,
because that Family Affair song is very funky.
Yes, yeah, you
it's
totally
slow, low, right?
It's very lo-fi-ish, and even the lyrics are very kind of somber-y because it's called Family Affair, and if you it's about him fucking his band up. Because his band consists of his brother, his sister was in it, and they're all a family. But
that song's good.
Yeah, his original stuff was it was psychedelic soul.
Yeah, more
kind of.
Yeah, even would
and gospel-y.
Go into the classic rock kind of of that era,
But like I said, the drug use was just insane. He wasn't even at this point in the recording process inviting any of the other people in the band to be a part of it. He was just doing all the parts.
Did he keep the name Family Stone though?
Yeah, and he would just basically use them for tour at that point. And they, again, now the resentment, now they're pissed because they're not even a part of it. Because Larry Graham went on to be in the the Graham Central Station, I think was the name. He's an incredible bassist. I think his brother went and became the guitarist for a little while, George Clinton and stuff. But yeah, he just started doing this stuff on his own. Again, missing more gigs, refusing to play, and just passing out from drug use. At these gigs, they said in the last, before it all kind of crumbled, he only it was less than half. It was they said that he would show up for it in that last one.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, so everyone kind of really went their separate ways at that point, and. He's still alive to this day, and it's well documented that he lives now in a motorhome that's parked on the streets in this hood in Crenshaw, outside of this house, and there's the people in the house basically allow him to come in. They feed him once a day. They let him shower and stuff there, but he just just is secluded.
This is currently.
Yeah, now to this day.
He's still alive, huh?
Yeah, like I forget it was like ABC News, some
I think
big
I heard
news
that.
outlet.
Yeah, that story sounds familiar.
And he just lives in this motorhome,
chilling?
presumably doing drugs and stuff because there was no mention that I saw anywhere of being clean.
Yeah, any kind of.
And the last really known mention of him was like 2011. So
who knows?
So who even knows?
Is there a question mark?
Like, apparently,
Wikipedia is like
even to like hammer it home. What I saw was the street that he's on, that his motorhome's like parked on, is the same street that like Boys in the Hood. It's like just supposed to be this just really bad,
tough neighborhood.
Yeah, tough neighborhood. But he did they are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
the Sly and the Family Stone are in the Hall of Fame. He did show up for that. He did do like a little funny for that. The band went up there, and
recently
there was no slot. No, it was like the 80s.
Oh, okay.
It was like I think it was like late 80s because the footage was
Because now he's definitely probably not presentable.
Yeah, but Sly and the Family
still alive,
Stone. Yeah, that was half the reason why I was glad that Questlove didn't go into it, because I don't like seeing that type of stuff. I don't know. I like the good memory. Give me the Black Genius part.
Just focus on the good part.
But I do want all the facts.
Yeah.
And I grabbed
You could have 2 documentaries.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Focus on the music.
I tried to grab the one from the Ed Sullivan Show when they're playing Higher, but for some reason it just my downloader would download it, but it wouldn't transfer over. So I grabbed another live version of them playing. Here. What was it? I can't remember.
It's a family affair.
Sly sound, but I just thought
it's cool to see a live. I mean, they have a lot of songs.
I could have easily played.
People probably
thank you or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna grab
that's
something.
Another good one too.
Yeah,
they have a lot of good songs.
So Sly and the Family Stone.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure everyone already knows them. So
definitely a peacock when the clothes they're wearing in that video.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
goes well with it. Giant glasses.
To send us out here,
Okay, I have one music thing before you.
Oh, what do you got? Yeah. What do you got?
Story. Young Thug is free.
Dude,
free.
Dude, I missed that.
Young Thug got free.
How?
They dropped all charges. Dude, because they had nothing on him.
They were trying forever, though.
Dude, not guilty. He jumped over the thing, gave his whole team a hug. Yeah, he's fucking done. He's out.
They were trying to nail his ass for years.
I don't usually watch court drama. Live
you had
court
the ASAP.
stuff.
You mean Young Thug or ASAP Rocky?
Young Thug.
Okay. Well, you sent me ASAP Rocky.
No, I sent you Young Thug.
No, you sent me ASAP Rocky.
I'm gonna look, but where did I send it on?
Because ASAP, I thought
on
you
Instagram.
Or maybe your Young Thug made me start thinking about ASAP Rocky. Because then I went into the ASAP Rocky thing this week, because he got freed this week. His wasn't as bad.
It was ASAP. Yeah. No, ASAP Rocky. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I was thinking Young Thug. Never mind.
Let's say
it was ASAP. So what happened with Young Thug? He's still in.
Yeah, I think he's still going through it.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I mixed up my rappers. But anyway, I don't normally watch court drama stuff, but the Young Thug one is crazy.
Yeah.
How incompetent the state attorney is trying to prosecute this guy.
I
don't even think his music's that good, but whatever.
No.
Like, he's got a cool look and whatever, but
Did they mistrialed it already and then they went back?
bro,
to
it's
it
on
or
the
something?
second judge. 'Cause the first judge was like teaming up with the prosecutors, and the new judge is she's just like, every day I come in here and every day you waste my time, and you waste his time and you waste his time. She's so pissed.
Oh
because
my God, I would love to see
they're
that.
so incompetent. And then, so all these rapper dudes are coming, like they're calling him like 4 times to come up and testify. He's like,
Just trying to catch
he's
him.
like, same thing I said last time, same thing. Can I just say same thing, same thing, same thing? It's like it's a joke. It's literally a joke. And they're like, oh, he was in the car that shot this guy, and they're like, no, he was here. We have video of him not even being somewhere else.
So they're not even looking at the.
And they're like, no, he was in the car. They're like, no,
no,
dude, it's so insane. And it's dude, like, I mean,
it seems
someone
dirty.
got killed.
That seems dirty.
Yeah, someone died, but. Dude, supposedly they're like bringing him drugs, and like someone handed him a Percocet. Supposedly when he was sitting there, Young Thug, like sitting at the thing.
Really?
Yeah, dude, crazy shit. It's the trial is. You go look at like Young Thug trial highlights because I guess it's still going on.
But I'll look at that
I
because I was looking.
I didn't realize ASAP was in jail still.
He wasn't in jail. They were just trying.
Oh,
his was stupid because when you said it to me, I was like, "What's going on with it?" Because I know he's been out. Like he's got his. Well, he's married to Rihanna. Like they've got like 2 kids and shit.
Yeah.
But I looked it up. I looked his up, and his was. I mean, it wasn't as bad, but they were just like what I saw was it was just phony stuff. It had nothing on him. He basically. Right. It was actually one of his because I guess I don't know if you know ASAP Rocky's like he was like or maybe he still is. He's in like that crew where they're all called ASAP something. There's like ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rally.
Yeah.
And I guess with ASAP Rally, he accidentally shot, but Rally says he shot him on purpose. But when I looked into the actual minutia of it, it like grazed his arm. So it kind of felt like
really happened.
Yeah, it kind of felt like the ASAP Rally was
shot at.
Yeah,
still that sucks, but
yeah, because they didn't have the gun, the bullets.
Yeah.
They found the bullet thing, but the bullets had like someone else's DNA on it. They weren't even his. Or like this did not come
That's
from
crazy.
that
Yeah,
gun.
I can't believe I got them mixed up. But now I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna follow through on Young Thug.
Follow through on Young Thug because I looked up the ASAP Rocky thing because you were like,
if I could find
it's like crazy highlights.
Real.
I was like, damn. And I looked up. I was like, nah, because at the end of the article, they were just like, yeah, from the get go, they had nothing on them.
I mixed them up. I don't know why. I just saw it and because it's I don't know.
Because Rihanna brought both of the kids to because they were kind of worried. They were like. She brought both the kids there because it would have been like the last time they would have seen their dad for like a little bit if he would have gotten charged.
That sucks, but
look up the Young Thug.
Yeah,
because I know that one has been going on. There's been
forever.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years, I think.
Because every once in a while I'll see like a little snippet of like one of the guys from the hood that are like up on and it's the funniest thing because
there's one guy in particular that they interviewed that is really funny and
it's hilarious because the way they talk they're just and everyone has a nickname so you're just like it's so funny the prosecutor's just like repeat that he's like yo it's just Slim
the best
he's just like out the fuck I don't know his name
exactly. There's a lot of that and as soon as the judge kind of leads on that they're harassing these witnesses basically then they some of them really get into it just like saying the wildest shit. It's really funny.
Oh god,
I mean I don't know. So all right, so I mixed it up but I'll follow through and it's a fun story.
Because I actually want to know about the Young Thug thing because
I was stoked that he was free because like I said, but now we'll figure it out. Hopefully he gets off.
But my DMV saga is not over, but I just have to quickly say I went last week to get the new one. It was a total failure, but god damn it, I hate that place.
Oh my god.
It was.
You made an appointment though, right?
I made an appointment.
Yeah.
I had 2 people skip me in line, and I had to say something to them, and it did not go well.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're just these people just are. So, they just think it's the
so. There's like a line for appointments, and it's first come first.
First, there's many lines there. It's just line after line to get to where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
But the first line is just to get in the building, and that was where the first skip happened. And the woman, and there's 10, 15 people in line, and I'm the next person up to tell the person that I have an appointment, so she can tell me to go into the line for the appointment. Right. And this woman just passes everybody, no one says anything, and she passes everyone. She goes right in front of me, and I was just like,
"Excuse me."
All right, I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until the woman comes up because she's been seeing me.
Right.
because I want to
'Cause
know
she's
what
gonna be
she's
like-
going to do. Because
yeah.
she, I mean,
She knows she's helping you.
She knows she's helping me. But but we're at the DMV, so this isn't. No, the woman comes up, just goes to her, and then as soon as she goes to her, I'm just like, wow, F you, fuck you. First of all,
she doesn't care.
You know damn well I know she doesn't care, and I just like tap on that woman's like the back, like her shoulder, and she turns around. I'm like,
what are you doing?
You're skipping. Go to the back of the line. I just like sternly tell her, and she just looks at me. She's like,
"No English.
What? Are you really? Really?" And I was like,
"Yeah, bitch.
If you don't get to the back of the line," I was like, "then I will just have to walk in front of you." and she's like getting it now, and she ended up doing it, and then I talked to the woman as if nothing happens to her. She was just like, "So what's your name?" I'm just like,
"Oh my God.
This is your fault in a sense, but you're
kind of,
annoying.
yeah. You're partly responsible for this."
Yeah, and so and then that's why I get in and I go into it, and so then.
So she really went to the back of the line again?
Oh yeah, she did. I made her. I bowed. I did like I'm 6'6", I'm bigger than you, like kind of thing.
You need to get out of my way.
Yeah.
What makes you think that you can just?
It was yeah. That's what she was. I just asked a simple question. I was like, I go, dog, you could ask me from back there.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Yeah. Like that's all I got to do too.
So yeah, so then I get in the other line, and again, I'm the next in line. I'm next up. There's two girls just handling everybody, and this woman she doesn't even go into the line to get into the building. She goes to through like an exit door. I don't even know how she found the damn door, but she got by. She comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, no, there's no way she's not gonna. Sure enough, she just like stands like out in front of the the next receptionist, and the next receptionist goes next. And then she comes walking up, and again, like, that receptionist is just like, because the woman, you can kind of, because there's like, I can't like hear, but you can tell the woman's like, again, like, I just got to do this one. I have this piece of paper, this paper, this pink, and the woman's like, yeah, just come here, and I'm like, time out, dude. We live in a society. We have rules. We have law. Like you have to abide by them.
Nothing makes me more.
I can't stand that shit. Yeah. When if we're all have to be doing something and we're allowed, if we're all like stuck in traffic, you're not allowed to hit the elbow.
Yeah.
Or the shoulder, the elbow, the shoulder.
Right.
Like we're all in this shit together.
Yeah. The emergency lane is not for you.
So I had to walk up and I go again. Tap on the shoulder and go, excuse me. There's this one now, I was like, because I was next in line, and then I was gonna have to talk to the person potentially that was going to hopefully give me my new ID. So I was like, let's not spoil it, but this bitch needs to go.
Yeah.
So I had to again be like, hey, there's a line that we all had to go wait in. You need to go do that. And again, she was like, I just have to do that. I was like, and she goes, she's already helped me. I'm like. And then I looked at the lady and I was like, "Who's back? Who you gonna have here?" Because I can't be like,
"There's a line, right?"
Yeah. And then she goes, "Man, just go start," and she did.
But look, if the person behind me wants to let you cut them, that's fine. But I'm not letting you cut.
Exactly, those are the rules. Yeah. Exactly, that's fine.
People do that in this. So I pick up my kid from school sometimes, and there's
in the car, or is it the car thing?
People cut in the line
with their car. What's that? Yeah,
the pickup line.
The pickup line. Yeah.
I'm like, all right. This is an elementary school. Like, what can I do? Like, I can't get out of the truck.
Can't.
Because there's a line, there's a street. Everybody lines up on one street, right? So there's 40 cars
backed, all wrapped around.
So people decide, there's a street that intersects that's at the top eighth of the line. And I was like, you can't just pull in there and be like, I'm close. I'm just gonna merge in. Like, no, you're on the wrong street.
And it's like it's not like it's not like the DMV or somewhere where it's like this is your first time there. It's like no, you know how this works here, so you're
and you're looking. I'm like you're cutting. You can look at the line to your left, and you decide that doesn't matter.
You don't care.
That line's not for me,
dude. The line that
line's not for me. That's for everybody else.
I can't. It's.
Oh man, one had a phone number on her car. It was like a lady, like a cleaning service lady.
No,
she had her phone number.
Tell me?
I didn't, but I was like, I'm gonna call her.
Yeah,
I
don't know if
I'm just cut me in line.
Just like you don't know me, but I know you.
Yeah. Hey, is that you in that?
I'm sitting in line right now to pick up our
van?
kids.
Yeah. Bro, it makes me so mad.
God, yeah, but it was just a horror place. I wasn't even, and that was and to top it all of it off, I made that like scene, and I'm putting scene in quotation marks
Right.
because to me it's not a scene. I think I was just doing
you
my
were
my civil
justified,
duty,
yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
And
Really.
I ended up having I told the girl to get to step in, so then I'm next in line. So now I'm dealing with that receptionist, and I didn't have all the shit I needed. You needed a passport, 2 things to
No.
mail, and my social security card, which I was like, whoa,
That's a lot,
That's
yeah.
a lot.
I mean, I have it all.
Luckily I have all those things. I'm a
I don't know if
weirdo.
I have
I'm
my
a guy that
social,
still
but-
has my original social.
I have it somewhere, but yeah.
And then so then I felt like an ass because then she was like, "Oh, you don't have all." I was
Oh, you just
like,
held up the line.
I was just like, "No, I haven't." She was like, "You got to come back." Then I was just like, "Fuck, I hate
The DMV.
this place." So we're gonna try again this week.
Oh, yeah. You make sure you have double check that list.
I have it all out. I went home and I had it all because that's one thing I see. I'm organized with any type of
Official
user
documents.
manuals, documents, anything of importance. I have like a legal box that has. I mean, I even keep every single user manual of any type of appliance or anything that I buy.
Yeah, I kind of do, but they're everywhere.
I have them like in their own folder.
Yeah, well, now, like,
I have
for-
every single piece of like fat paperwork from like
Yeah,
buying
electronics
the
you could look up online now. Though.
yeah,
But
but I keep all of that stuff.
it's good. Get a safe. It's fireproof.
Oh shit, that's the next thing I need to do, don't I?
Yep.
Do you have a safe that's fireproof?
Yeah, it's supposed to be waterproof and fireproof.
How
but
big is it? Is it like as big as this?
It's just
or
a small, yeah, like a 8 by 8 inch.
So you just keep like
12-inch box,
document,
maybe.
just like or just
Yeah, so some nothing important, nothing to break into my house for.
That's I've never thought.
No, just I know like passport. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like bolted to the ground and shit. And, like
I never thought
bullets.
That's a good idea. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is it
It's
one of
right
the
next-
cool ones with like the fingerprint, or is it? Or
No,
is
it just has a
the
code, just a code and a key.
Digital.
No,
So it's
simple.
a little spinny.
Oh no, not a spinny, but digital. Well, it has buttons, but it's not digital.
Okay.
Like and not analog. I don't know. Yeah, not
Because
the
I would
spinner
never
one.
get. I would never get my buddy has.
Yeah, I know how to do the. We had lockers like that in school, so I remember. But
Yeah, my buddy has
Or I
a
learned.
gun safe that's like that, and it's like fingerproof and it's all digital. I'm like, aren't you worried that like the battery goes out on this or something?
well, you have a key too.
Yeah, when you need that gun, you need that gun.
Well, for a gun. Oh yeah, I don't keep my gun in the
It
safe.
was like straight like gun safe.
Oh yeah, gun safe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a thing you gotta.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a fireproof because that's. Now, like my heart just dropped when you just said. I was like, oh my god, if I lost that legal box,
Oh, yeah, right. It
I would
suck,
be like,
yeah.
why did I do this?
Yeah. Yeah, just get a safe. They're affordable.
Alrighty, we'll see you next week.
Adios.